I found something very interesting and weird in Deuteronomy 32. So, check this out. Read verse 8. When the Most High gave the nations their inheritance, he separated the sons of man, he set the boundaries of the peoples, according to the number of the sons of Israel. Now, the Masoretic text, which is the Hebrew Bible text from 10th century AD, the Masoretic text translates this as according to the numbers of the sons of Israel. Let me show you the Hebrew. So as we can see, it says Mishpar ben Israel. All right, so ben Israel is sons of Israel. That's the Masoretic text. But this is where things get weird. If you go over to the Greek Septuagint, all right, this is the Greek translation of the Old Testament, which is based on Bible texts from the 1st or 2nd century AD, not from the 10th century AD. We now read arithmos angelos theos, which means the number of the angels of God. Okay. And I don't have the text on screen, but if you go back even further to the Dead Sea Scrolls from about, those were, dated to about 100 BC, it says, it uses the Hebrew word not ben Yisrael here, it actually uses benai elohim, the sons of God. So the concept then is that God didn't just separate, this has been a point of debate, okay? This has been a point of debate among both Jewish and Christian theologians for quite some time. But with this particular verse, what they're saying is like, okay, based on the Masoretic text, the nations and the boundaries of the people were separated according to the number of the sons of Israel. But the earliest texts of the Hebrew manuscript that we have access to don't say sons of Israel. They say benai elohim, which is sons of God. And so then that makes us think, okay, perhaps God separated the nations based on spiritual boundaries and principalities. Okay, so now if we go to the book of Job, that same phrase of ben or benai elohim comes up again, and this is where it says, now there was a day when the sons of God, the benai elohim, came to present themselves among the Lord, and Satan also came among them. He is one of in their midst. He is the adversary accusing the people. And so they are all coming to pretty much give God an update on what is happening in their jurisdictions. And we read more about this over in Daniel chapter 10, when Daniel is visited by an angel, a messenger of Yehovah, and it says he was with the reason that he couldn't come to Daniel any quicker was because the prince of the kingdom of Persia was withstanding him 21 days. Then behold, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, for I had been left there with the kings of Persia. And then down here, he goes and he says, I have to go and return to fight against the prince of Persia. It's a principality, all right? It's a benai elohim. So I'm going forth, and behold, the prince of Greece is about to come. So he's up against two. But Michael, the benai elohim, the son of God, who is, and again, these are not the same. It's not even on the same level as Yeshua, because Yeshua is Yehovah. He is God. But anyhow, Michael is the one who is representing Israel, right, in that midst. Your prince, Michael. So all this to say, to come back to Deuteronomy 32, that I think it's possible, okay, it's possible that this verse is giving us a historical background for the separation of the principalities of the nations, and therefore kind of the jurisdictions, spiritually speaking, of how things worked, which is very intriguing. But we don't get that with the Masoretic text. You got to go back to the Dead Sea Scrolls to see some of the differences in the writings there, that it wasn't ben Israel, it was benai elohim. Anyhow, my fascinating discovery for today. If you want to hear more about this, we're doing Bible study tonight, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the 12th of January, 2024. So if you're listening after the fact, you can see it on Spotify, but we're going to be pretty much talking about all of these verses, probably up until about, I would say, verse 11 we'll get to in our discussion today. I'm looking forward to it.